In today's video, I'll be taking you through setting up OBS or Open Broadcast software to live stream to platforms such as Twitch or YouTube. I'll be showing you the optimal settings for OBS, as well as how to switch between scenes when you're live streaming. So let's get straight into it. Usually when you record a video for YouTube, you do all the filming and record the audio. You then transfer those files to your computer, and then using a edit software such as Premiere Pro, you finish off the video and make it all clean and tidy before uploading it to the internet and then onto YouTube. When it comes to streaming, it's slightly different. You still film and record the audio, but instead of transferring to your computer processes the images live before uploading it to the internet and YouTube. Before we get too far into the setting up of OBS, the first thing you want to do is check your upload speed. You can do this by going to testmy.net. I'll leave a link in the description below. And you want to check your upload speed. Simply click on Upload Test and test upload speed. You want to make a note of the result and you want to run the test again by clicking Restart Test. You want to do this just to make sure that both results are roughly the same, and this will give you your average upload speed. Okay, so we can now go into OBS and we want to go into the settings. We want to choose the Output tab. And we want to change it from simple to advanced. Click on the streaming tab if it's not already selected, and then in the first box you'll see X264. This tells you that the CPU will handle most of the processing. If we look at the drop down box beneath that, you can see there's an option to switch to your GPU or graphics card, but we'll stick with CPU for the moment. Next box down, if you're having problems with your stream either lagging or stuttering or buffering, you might want to reduce the output resolution. So you can click here and you can downscale to 720 if you're recording in 1080. Next, you have the constant bit rate. This means that your computer will try to upload at a constant rate rather than varying it all the time, which again can affect the standard of your streaming. The box below it is the actual bit rate itself. 3500 seems to be the optimal rate for streaming. You can work out your preferred rate, which will be 70% of your maximum upload speed, which we calculated using mytest.net. And the way you do that is OBS works in kilobits and the mytest.net in megabits. So simply multiply the result of that by 1000, which will give you your bit rate in kilobits. You want to be using about 70% of your maximum, and if that is above 3500, you might want to stick with 3500 for the time being and see how that goes. You can always adjust it later on. Next, you want to select fast for the CPU usage, which will prioritize the CPU in processing. And we're done with this menu. You want to go to the stream menu next, and at the top you want to make sure it's streaming services in the box. Go down to the next one and select your platform. In our case, we're streaming to YouTube. The primary YouTube ingest server will come up as default, and you want to enter your stream key in the final box. Find your Steam key on your accounts page of YouTube as shown on the screen. And we're all set up, ready to go. Okay, so we've set up OBS and we're ready to stream. So we need to set up our stream. It's always best to pre-organize your stream with the different elements that you're going to be putting in it. And so I'll go through this quickly. But if you're not sure about setting up scenes, then you can go to my previous video, which I'll put a link up on the screen now. And let's get started. As you can see, I've added 4 scenes: the main stream, internet window, web page, and full screen picture. There's lots of different elements that you can have on a live stream. These are just a few of them, and I'll take you through setting them up. So the first one, the main stream, we want to add our web camera. So video capture device, and our web camera should come up as it's the only video device attached to the computer. And you can go ahead and configure the video if you want to. With some web cameras, if you try to set it into custom, you'll lose the picture completely. So leave it at device default and just click OK. You can then come into the window and you can manually resize it to fill the window. The next window is an internet window. So if you wanted to show a video to the stream, then you can come down here and you can go to browser and just paste in the video that you want to show. You can resize that to fit the screen. Like so. But you will notice that when you click on the screen, you can't actually interact with the video. So you need to right click on it and click on interact, and it will open up a new window. This window you can control live while you're streaming. You can turn on the sound. You can pause the video, and you can set it to where you want it to start. So we want to prepare our video, so we're going to full screen, and we also want to have our web camera showing at the same time. So we go back down and we add the existing video capture device, and we can sit that down in the corner and just resize it a little bit. If you want to show a web page during your stream, you can do that easily by going to the browser again. You want to create a new browser, and you'll get a window come up where you can paste in whatever web page you want. And again, you can just resize that. And again, you can't interact with it until you come down and select interact, and then you can scroll it, and then you can click on the different pages. And finally, if you wanted to show a full screen picture, add an image, and you can transform that to fit to screen. Again, you can resize it. So there we have our stream set up. We have the web camera, we have our internet window with the web camera, we have a web page, and we have a full screen picture. So how do we stream these to the internet? This is the preview window for OBS, so click transition. And when you start streaming, that will be your opening stream scene. And during the stream, you can transition to different parts, and you can play your videos. And you can talk over the videos as well. And if we add the sound, you can still talk above the sound as well. And while you're playing the video, you might want to transition to the next scene straight away. So queue it up in the preview window, And once you're ready, press transition and it will come onto the stream. And you can do that for all the elements of the stream. An easier way of doing the transitions is to assign a hotkey to each of the scenes. And to do that, you go into settings, to hotkeys, and you'll see each scene has its own options box, and just assign a key, as I've done here with the number pad, to each of the scenes and enter for the transition. That way you can switch easily between the scenes just using 2 keys. And that way you can do it without taking your eyes off your web camera, so you stay engaged with the audience and you're ready to go. So it's as easy as that. Now if we look down the bottom here, we can see there's a green square, and next to it is the kilobit per second rate that you're streaming at. I'm currently between 3,500 and 3,700. The frame rate that you're streaming at, which at the moment is 60 frames per second. The amount of CPU usage, mine's running about 60%, which is fine. If your CPU usage goes too high, then you're going to start lagging and buffering, and the stream is going to lose its integrity. Next to that, we have the record time, which, as we're not recording locally, is 0, and the time that you've been streaming. And next to that is dropped frames. If that goes above 10%, then it means that your computer is trying to render and process too much information, and you might want to just drop your bit rate in the settings down a little bit just to improve the quality of the stream. So I'll now do a test stream and I'll show you how it looks to the people watching the stream. Okay, so now we're streaming live on YouTube, and as you can see, we've got it all set up as we did before. So I can go ahead and transition, play videos, control the sound. I can still talk above the video, and I can go ahead and transition to my web page. And I can also interact with that as well, and just keep flicking back and forwards as I want to, all while streaming live and without any hesitation, without any trouble having to input web pages and everything, because it was all set up beforehand. So I hope this video has helped, and please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.